Well, I'm going to be real brief. I don't want to come out here and blow my own horn. I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot, toot.
What's good, Nyaka?
Yo, no, it just hung up. I don't know.
What's good?
Yeah, you just hung up. Might have lost service or whatever, but I ain't. Whatever. Then finish your bill.
The Jacob Blake thing, you know what I'm saying? That's a prime example of us not wanting to be accountable for things. Like, you remember the Jacob Blake thing, right?
Nope. Listen, brother, I'm being educated. Go ahead and cook.
Jacob Blake was the guy who got killed when he went into his car. You know, when he got into that, it was a domestic dispute. The police are called. The police are giving him lawful commands. He's refusing. He tries to get inside of his car and reach into his car, and they shot him. You know what I'm saying?
Was that the one where he's in there with the young lady and she was recording it? I'm asking, was that the gentleman that was in the car with the young lady and she was recording it and the young guy got killed?
Nah, I forgot that guy's name, but that's the one where you're talking about, the one where he told him he had a gun and they shot him anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which was some real bullshit. Nah, Jacob Blake was
No, I don't want to throw you off. Continue. I was just asking. Because you're educating.
I was just telling you, I was just trying to reiterate who he was. Jacob Blake, hold on 1 second.
Okay, got you.
Thank you, babe. I love you. I'm on the phone with Smoke and I'm being recorded, so I love you too. Jacob Blake, you know what I'm saying? He was a guy.
Hold on. Hey, you goat mouth nasty whores. He's married. Continue.
Oh shit. Hey, no anybody worried about some 49-year-old.
You're a fucking stud. Shut up. You're a stud. Shut up.
Hey, lady. Fucking whatchamacallit? Jacob Blake was the guy. And people were calling me all kinds of sellouts and shit because I was being 100 about what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he was the guy who got called. It was a domestic. He was fighting his girlfriend. The police came. He was fighting the police. You know what I'm saying? They tried to arrest him. He wasn't listening to shit. You know what I'm saying? He tries to get into his car, and then the police shoot him, which they should have. You know what I'm saying? He's lucky he ain't died. You know what I'm saying? Right. But and this is what I mean about accountability. Like, people are like, you know, oh, they shouldn't have. They still shouldn't have shot him. He was unarmed. Da 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 da. Well, later on, it came out in court that when he admitted it in court that he was going for a knife when he went into the car. Like, he was trying to get shot. And that shit sparked even more riots. Even though he did it to himself, got himself shot. You know what I'm saying? And I said all this shit, and, you know, people were letting me have it. And you know me, I'm very outspoken about the shit that goes on with the cops.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of shit do go on with the cops. But, you know, control, media. You know what I'm saying? It's media. They framed it in such a way that, you know what I'm saying, they just framed it in that way. Another unarmed black man got killed. You know what I'm saying? But he got himself. I mean, he didn't even get killed. He got shot. You know what I'm saying? But he did it to himself. And,
well, you've been accused of being a MAGA guy. You want to? Yeah, you want to clear that up?
I've been accused of it?
Yes, I've heard that you're a MAGA guy.
I'm not. Wait, have I been accused of being a MAGA guy or a guy for voting for Trump? Because I am voting for Trump.
Okay, well,
but I'm not a MAGA guy. You know, I look at the MAGA people as like some type of cult. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's these people that got this strange obsession with Donald Trump. I personally don't even like Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? At all. But you know what I'm saying? It is no secret that I'm voting for him. It's no secret that I'm a super anti-Democrat. You know what I'm saying? It's no secret. I used to be on that side, and it's crazy that people be trying to fight with me, knowing I've been like that my whole life, trying to use the same arguments on me that I've used on other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking to the wrong one, fam. I stand on my own. I stand on my own thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I'm no MAGA guy. I ain't part of that cult. I will vote for Trump. I will vote for Vivek. I hate with a passion, I hate DeSantis. I think DeSantis is one of those racists. But I'll tell you what, if it was him against Biden, I'd vote for him just to prevent a lot of shit that's going on with the left. You know what I'm saying? The Democrat Party has held his back forever. And that's a fact.
And my thing would be this. I know, but people would say, how? Give us 2-3 reasons how they held us back.
You want me to talk about today or talk about yesterday?
Go ahead and cook, sir. Because my thing is, I know, but they're, you know, he's just saying. I'm not going to
go into the past, because every time I go into the past, people try. Right. Like, if I tell you that the Democrats started the KKK, if I tell you they were responsible for Jim Crow and everything else, people try to feed you this lie about, oh, but there was this big party switch, and then there was the Southern strategy when all the black people went over to Democrats. Those are all lies. The party switch, there was one dude in government who went from the Democrats to the Republicans. The Southern strategy, when they went around, black people were switching over to Democrat, people like to leave out this part. You were getting lynched if you weren't voting Democrat. You know what I'm saying? Like, period. You know what I'm saying? But today, what do we got? You know what I'm saying? You got people like Cardi B representing the Democrat Party. You know what I'm saying? You got
my God,
them playing
disgusting.
Sexy Red in the White House. You got, the Democrats are so big on being anti school choice. You know what I'm saying? Anti-school choice. And you look at us, you know what I'm saying? Our schools are creating more gang members and they're creating Walmart workers. You know what I'm saying? 85% of us can't do basic math or reading skills. You know what I'm saying? But you want to vote against the choice for a better education. You know what I'm saying? People like to talk all this shit about systematic oppression and shit like that. There's nothing that's been more harmful to us than the crack law, the crime bill, and was it family planning? Is that what it's called? The Margaret Sanger shit? Was it called Planned Parenthood? I said Planned Parenthood. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing has fucked us up more than those three things. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy because you got all these lazy ass fake revolutionaries who get mad at people when they be like, get over it. But you want me to get over the things that have done the worst to us. The worst. You know what I'm saying? Ask people about racism. Ask people what is racism is they're afraid of right now. They ain't got no answer. They start bringing up dumb shit like the whole voting thing about black people not having IDs. To me, it's fucking way more racist to think that black people can't just go get an ID than to say that it's racist that they have to have one. You know what I'm saying? That's way more fucking racist. You telling me that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to assume I'm dumb and then excuse my dumbness. Like, it don't make no fucking sense. Period. You know what I'm saying? None.
I'm gonna say it like this. I will agree with you. I have no party leanings, but I will agree with you the way. I have none whatsoever. No fucking loyalty to any party. But I'm anti what the left is doing. Yeah, the way that the Democrats talk to us is Cardi B, Sexy Red, Fat Joe. Yeah. You know what I mean? They don't talk to us and then you hate Candace Owens. Yeah, but they don't. But you love Sexy Red. Yeah, they don't talk to us like they don't got no sense. You know, they talk to us like, you know what I mean? Like, love that chicken from Popeyes. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? That's. I mean, you see what Biden just did. Biden just went to that black family's crib with the fried chicken. Oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then people you ask people about the racism, they'll either don't know what to say or they'll tell you some fake shit. They like to bring up Trump saying good people on both sides. He was right. You know what I'm saying? Because what he meant was there were people in there that just basically just believed in the Constitution. If I was to say that everybody there was some Nazi or skinhead, then I would have to say that everybody at the Black Lives Matter protests were on some kill the police shit. You know what I'm saying? Which is just not true. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, when Trump said that, the line after that was, I'm not talking about the Nazis. I'm not talking about the skinheads. Those people should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, the fullest extent. But they left that part out so they could control us with this twisted media narrative. My thing is this, and I would say like this. I don't myself. I don't know where all the hate from Donald Trump came from. I'm saying for the hip hop community, we love them. We have songs called The Black Trump. Trump used to put on all the Mike Tyson fights. You know what I mean? We have like the Black Trump. We have songs Black Trump, Trump Change. You know what I mean? Like, what happened? It's because he came down the escalator as a Republican. The media is controlled by the left wing. You know, for the most part, a bunch of liberal Jews, and all of a sudden I'm anti-Semitic now, but I'm not. Well, Javier said that, ladies and gentlemen. I love Disney and. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Go ahead, man. But but that's the type of shit they'll do. They'll frame that as somebody being anti-Semitic when it's just true. You know what I'm saying? You look at the people at the top of these things. There's all these liberal Jewish people. You know what I'm saying? But they control the entertainment business. You know what I'm saying? What was I gonna say? Yeah, that's where all the hate came from. He just came down the escalator on the right. And that was enough. Look at Kanye. Kanye says all the right things. But because he ain't pushing that left narrative, niggas hate Kanye. He's anti-Semitic. He's a tool for white supremacy. This is why I told you before that I had something I was working on and I want to deliver and shit when it's done. Don't do it now. I'm just gonna give points. Like, niggas is lazy.
Niggas is lazy as fuck. Nobody wants to challenge their own way of thinking. Nobody really wants to look at things objectively. People want to romanticize this fight. You know what I'm saying? All people want to do is run around and fight the white man. Let's fight the white man. You know what I'm saying? Without actually doing any good for us. You know what I'm saying? When the real white man is the one the real devil, you know what I'm saying, is the one, you know this from the streets. If you're out here, you just know this from life. And somebody's always telling you they know what's best for you. Chances are they don't know what's best for you. If it ain't your dad, if it's just some fucking guy, you know what I'm saying, chances are there's something behind that shit. We running around here, you know what I'm saying, talking all this, you know, the white man this, the white man that, you know what I'm saying, except for the white man that's trying to help us. He's an angel. You know what I'm saying? He's an angel. But the white guys on the right, like, nah, that's white supremacy. That's white supremacy. The Republicans ain't guilt-free. They've done a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm never saying that. People like to frame the things that I say in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? But it's just crazy.
My
Niggas is too lazy. Niggas do not want to think for themselves. Every time I argue with somebody, they say the same thing that the next guy on the left says. Because all we do is just follow a bunch of media hot takes. Don't do any research. Just be lazy.
TikTok.
You don't want to think. Yeah. You know, when people want to
and you tell
from
people,
a point of supremacy, like there's some type of champion of the intelligentsia. You know what I'm saying? Like they're the top guy. Like everybody fucking knows everything. You listen to the shit that I say, it's just a bunch of opinions that are based on facts. You know what I'm saying? Not feelings. You know what I'm saying? I'm never saying to anybody, I know more than you. I'm telling you what I know, what is actual. And this is how I feel because of it. Other people are like, it's like I got this one friend, another one of these fucking lazy revolutionaries. We'll call him Fred.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We'll call him Fred.
Fred, you're a bum!
You know what I'm saying? We'll just give him a name. The other day I had this thing about Candace Owens on my page and because I said something about Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, but you have no problem with Candace Owens being a tool for white supremacy. Nigga, you said Candace Owens is a tool for white supremacy. I didn't say that. So now you're trying to make an argument based on a point that we don't even agree with. Like if that's the argument you want to take, first you have to prove to me that he's a tool for white supremacy, because I don't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? But niggas is so intelligent, niggas is so, you know what I'm saying, brilliant, you know what I'm saying, that they don't know how to ask the questions to really find out what you're trying to say. They just take what you say and run with it.
I'm gonna say like
and it's
this.
Crazy.
I'm gonna say like this. I'm gonna say like this. I'm gonna go left real quick, because my thing is this. This is your time to get your shit off, but I know you got something brewing. But this is really a time right now to get your shit off. But I'm gonna tell you like this, sir. The Earth is flat. Damn it. You know what I mean? The Earth is flat. It's not. It's flat.
Are you just telling me that? Just to say that? You just trying to be funny, or you mean it?
I can't defend myself right now.
Earth ain't flat. Everything in the universe is on a curve. I mean, we see it ourselves, like it's visual to us. The shadow of the eclipse would have looked way differently if the Earth was flat. It looked differently on no matter where you was on the Earth, it looked differently. If it was flat, it would have looked the same. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I had that status the other day. Like I was like, the flat earthers are pissed that yesterday happened, because it's just not true. Every other planet is round, but we're on a fucking pancake. Like, get the fuck out of here.
What do you say?
This doesn't make any sense.
What do you say about the the ice wall at Antarctica? Oh, so you don't subscribe. So you say, get the fuck out of here with the ice wall, because the Earth is a sphere.
There could be an ice wall there, but the two things could be true at once. I don't think there's an ice wall that prevents you from falling off the side of the Earth, but you got people that have circumnavigated the globe. It's proven. You know what I'm saying? It's proven that the Earth is round. You know what I'm saying? It's been proven, but people want to keep on, with this shit. Let me tell you something about the flat Earth theory. No, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, because I was mixing up two different conspiracies.
Okay.
I was thinking about the supposed fake moon landing theory. You know what I'm saying? Which is a whole different argument. So, you know what I mean? But that's really what I got to say on the flat Earth shit.
I don't think you think we landed. Wait a minute. Hold on now.
No.
We've seen the footage of the fake landing stuff. So you're saying that was fake, but we probably landed on the moon another time?
I don't think that the Neil Armstrong landing was fake, but I think NASA has fake things. They already admitted to that the one big photo of the globe was, a lot of trickery, mastery. But the moon is 186,000 miles away. That ain't shit. We've been to the moon, fam. You know what I'm saying? We're not even the only country that have been to the moon. It would just take so many people to be compliant, you know what I'm saying, with the fakeness. You know what I'm saying? That for the moon landing to be faked. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much.
Now,
it's way too much.
To my flat earthers out there, right? They would say, hey, why did we have to fake a picture of the earth? Why did they have to keep on tampering with it? Why is this all this fuckery? You know what I mean? Why do you have to do that? If it's not what it is, then why you keep on doing this?
The answer to that is this, for me. Okay. I don't know. But if I had to guess, I would just think it had to do with technology and what we were actually able to do when these images were created. You know what I'm saying? I don't think NASA has faked the image in over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Because technology is just too good now. I mean, shit, you can see certain times of the year, depending on where you're at, you can see the space station with the naked eye. You know what I'm saying?
But NASA's also said that they don't have the technology anymore to go back in space. They did say that.
They say they don't have the technology to get back to the moon anymore. That's super weird.
And that's what I'm saying. Technology has advanced since then.
But see, technology advances in branches. That doesn't make any sense to me. I think they were making up excuses. You know what I'm saying? It could go. I mean, shit. It could be a number of things. It could even be because of what the Sumerians said. You know what I'm saying, about the moon being a base and there being other life forms up there and shit. It could be that. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But we just went to the moon.
But did you see how people can go certain places because there's certain things that can't be explained, and they can say, you know what, the reason why they're doing all this because the earth is flat and they don't want to show, you know what I mean, we can't go back to the moon, we've probably never been there because we have these fake pictures, you know what I mean, they keep on showing us fake pictures of the earth. You understand what I'm saying? They're
showing us old pictures. These are 20-year-old pictures.
Right.
You're not seeing any new shit that's fake. I'm pretty. I never looked into it, but
we're freestyling.
100%. I would be 100% confident in thinking that the pictures have been updated and the photos are real now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you're basically saying, okay, we probably
but
see
I don't
some.
know because I never researched it. I never looked at it.
Right. No, we're just talking, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't know. We're just talking. So you're basically saying, okay, what we're seeing today are current and updated, and you know what I mean, because we have this new technology now. So whatever we probably seen in the 80s was probably propaganda, but what we're seeing today is the real stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I feel.
Okay, cool.
And since we talked about the moon landing, I can say this. So now I can say this. So the whole moon landing thing is crazy because that's based on there was this guy, he was not a publisher. He used to publish cookbooks. You know what I'm saying? Back in the 60s or 70s. He's the one who came up with that theory that the earth was flat. This dude don't know nothing about science, never did. I'm sorry, that the moon landing was fake. He just came up with his own theories according to his own observations, and that shit just picked up a lot of steam and blew up. But everything that, you know what I'm saying, this whole shit that people are, you know, swearing their children on, you know what I'm saying, is based on a theory of somebody who didn't know shit about shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy. But did you say something? Because your phone goes in and out.
No, my bad. My bad.
Oh, all right.
My bad.
But
My bad. No, I was listening. You know what I'm saying?
But
I
like,
like
that's that about that.
Do
you know that Russia been to Venus?
No.
Yeah. I mean, no, not manned, but they made 4 attempts to send an unmanned thing to Venus, and we you know what I'm saying, they finally was able to do it. You know what I'm saying? They sent pictures back and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they could have did that, we could send somebody to goddamn the moon.
I like, oh boy. My thing is this, because I don't want to go to crazy town, but we're here. I'm gonna go with the Bible's take. We have a firmament. You know what I'm saying? When I go in the book of Genesis, there was no other planets being built. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
It was just the sun, moon, and stars and Earth. There wasn't nothing saying about Venus, Uranus, nothing subscribed about any other planets. It was just this thing. And it was like, I think that we're, you know, I think we're probably, I'm going to go with the whole snow globe theory. Like, we're probably like, it's like a, you know, like the little snow globes we used to have back in the day. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm going with that because I don't think we can leave this thing because we have a firmament. And then there's also that whole man, I forget what it's called, but that whole thing where you can't leave but so far because it's nuclear and you can't come back because it's so far up.
Oh, the whatever
zone. The radiant belt, whatever.
The radiation zone,
yeah.
Well, what most scientists contend with is that the key to leaving that part of the atmosphere is speed. If you could go through it fast enough, you know what I'm saying, then you could get through it. It's just like if there was a fire, like a little firewall, like that was about 2 feet thick. You know what I'm saying? If I ran real fast through it, I'm going to get through it without getting burnt.
Right. I just don't. I just don't believe that any. I don't even believe in ballistic missiles. I don't believe that Russia can hit. Well, Russia technically can probably hit the USA, and it can probably be Alaska. But I don't think that Kim Jong-un has a fucking bomb that can hit mainland America. I just don't believe it. You know what I mean? I just think it's, you know.
I don't know what kind of money North Korea got, so I don't know if they can or not. But I definitely 100% think we could send a missile. We could send a missile to Russia and vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
I don't believe that. I think that whole nuclear scare was just another fuck tool. I think they have.
Well, everything is propaganda. But like I said, multiple things could be true at once. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I think that there was a real possibility, but it was also used by the media to scare people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Today,
there you go.
You know what I'm saying? People who talk about this afraid of nuclear fallout and stuff is really kind of unwarranted, because back then we used the atom bomb, which created a lot of radiation. Now we use the hydrogen bomb.
Oh.
Is that the type of nuclear fallout that people think would be?
This is a question I want to ask you real quick. Yeah. Are we, as America as a whole, are we a superpower anymore?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 100% superpower. I mean, there's only a couple superpowers in the world now. There was a time when we were the superpower.
Okay.
And I feel like we're starting to lose a little bit of that. That's why you see a lot of things going on right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But
that's what it is. Like
100% a superpower.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not, because I like the way you worded that. You was like, we're not the superpower anymore. But there is other superpowers, but yeah, we're still a superpower, but we're not the superpower. We're not Don Corleone no more. You know what I'm saying?
Us, Russia, and China are in a big competition.
I think,
you know what I'm saying?
I think that China is going to win.
I think China could win. Man, don't you know if China pulled all their money out the U.S., our economy would collapse?
Yeah.
China's up to some shit. They're over here building police stations all over the globe. Just last year, they found that police station in New York. That was a Chinese-run police station.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they own some shit, and they're heavily... It's crazy. They're heavily invested in Africa. They got police stations all over Africa, even though the problems in Africa still exist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
But,
our dollar generals and all that's China. All that's China.
I think the reason why China hasn't taken over yet is because China has its own share of conflicts. Like, they basically have 3 governments. You know what I'm saying?
Well, China, my thing is this. They're here. They have their thing because, you know, our border is super fucked up right now. So everybody's just coming in. You know what I'm saying? I've seen...
Yeah, but nobody cares.
Yeah,
as long as we're fighting the white man.
Yeah, nobody.
You know what I'm saying? As long as we're fighting the white man, we don't care about our borders.
I've seen some questionable people in the area you lived at, and I'm like, these people haven't been here. And this is not fucking Ray Azteca I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I mean, listen, there's been a lot of video, and it's weird because it's not hard to immigrate here from China at all. Yeah. But for some odd reason, there's been an uptick in Chinese illegal immigrants. Yeah. And it's weird.
And they say a lot of them there's a lot of middle-aged military-style Chinese people coming over the border.
Yeah. Illegally, and it makes no sense. It's so easy to come here from China on a work visa and then overstay your visa. Every country doesn't have that luxury, but China got it.
I think that, and that's what I'm trying to say, I think that no doom and gloom, people, but it is what it is. I think that America is going to fall. We don't make shit anymore. We don't have the big steel mills in Pittsburgh anymore. We're not creating the cars anymore in Detroit. We don't make anything except fucking influence. That's it.
Right.
That's it.
That is it.
That's it.
That is it.
That's it.
But we hate Donald Trump, who was trying to bring all that shit back.
Yeah.
Because make America great again is so evil. The term. Even, and you know what's funny? You know who was the first one to use that term?
Ronald Reagan.
Bill Clinton.
Ronald Reagan.
Bill Clinton used it before Reagan did.
No, Reagan predates Clinton.
Yeah, I know he predates Clinton, but I don't think Reagan said that during his presidential term.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Clinton said it during his presidential term.
Okay.
He said, and it was all about the borders and shit.
Right.
You know, that's another crazy thing. Like, these motherfuckers are so flip-floppy. You know what I'm saying? They're just so flip-floppy, fam. The left was against immigration, against gay marriage, against all these things that they fight tooth and nail for right now. You know what I'm saying? Just 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Just not even 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
What's
now
the name?
All of a sudden they're the champion. They're the champion of morals. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here.
What's the name they're putting on them now? Drifters.
Grifters.
Okay. Yeah.
Everybody's a fucking grifter now.
What's
Just
that
because
like?
you can't change your mind. You can't agree with people without being a grifter. You know what I'm saying?
So.
Like, that's what I mean about niggas being lazy, man. They don't want to challenge their own thinking.
So hypothetically, because I don't know, I'm asking. So hypothetically, if you voted for Obama, now if you want to vote for Trump, you would be considered a grifter.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they try to do.
Okay.
They try to use these terms because they try to diminish the way people actually feel. They try to take away human nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just nature to, if you look like, listen, people, I don't want to get into this again like that, but you know what I'm saying? People used to think the earth was flat.
And then
they got proven that it was round. You know what I'm saying? So people knew that the earth was round.
I'm about to say.
You know what I'm saying? If that happened like today, like in the last 10 years, yeah, I'd be considered some type of grifter. Oh, you just
Yeah, no, dog, we're already canceled. You already talked about the small hats. We're done. So you might as well
but I'm just saying, I was just using that as an example.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, if the Democrats started saying that, if the Democrats told you that the Earth was a triangle, everybody that you talk to would think that the Earth was a triangle. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like I talk to certain people and I say, hey, you know that Joe Biden's the one that did that 98 crime bill. And I mean, I'm like, hey, man, you might not like Donald Trump or whatever, but he's never put anything on paper to fuck with black people. Kamala Harris is locking women up for their kids missing school, making inmates go fight fires. She was hideous over there.
Kamala Harris's grandfather owned slaves, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? This is a known fact.
And she was just... And she was just homeboy's bottom bitch.
Every president has ancestors that own slaves except for Donald Trump. That's crazy. Now listen, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you said that.
No, go ahead and cook, bro.
Anything on paper that's racist or whatever.
Only thing he does have is that he did go fucking hard about that the fucking
Central Park 5.
Yeah, the Central Park 5.
Yeah.
He did go hard. He did go hard on that.
So the Central Park 5 thing, I think those guys are probably innocent, but there actually was a lot of evidence, you know, saying something else. You know what I mean? But that shit happened when I was in 10th grade. Coincidentally, I was living in New York when I was in 10th grade.
Nice.
I was there for the Wild era. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's not unfathomable to me to not understand why people will feel that way, because I was seeing that shit in person. I lived on 110th Street in Central Park West. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking out my window, and I mean, I've been on wilding expeditions, except we wasn't really wilding. We was just a bunch of niggas just running around the park, you know, being loud and obnoxious. But you had other niggas that was doing all kinds of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
For real. Hitting people with hammers and shit. Huh? I said wilding for real. Hitting people with hammers and shit.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? The shit was the wilding era was crazy, fam. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even blame Donald Trump for taking that route. Now, I think Donald Trump is taking advantage of racism or race relations in the U.S. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But, you know,
is.
he's trying to win. You got to win by whatever means necessary.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
He absolutely is. He's pushing that button. You know what I mean? He does push that button, but he pushes that button.
Donald Trump signed the First Step Back, you know what I'm saying, which a lot of people find questionable. But what that shit did was allow thousands of people who are locked up on the crack law and the crime bill, nonviolent offenders that have their cases reheard, you know what I'm saying, and led to thousands of black people getting let out of jail before you know, early according to what their sentences were. You know what I'm saying? That in itself should be enough for us to be like, all right, see, people want to judge things by ideals and judge things idealistically. What I like to do is judge things by the results. You know what I'm saying? By the results. What has helped me? An idea is never going to help me. You know what I'm saying? Ever. It might fuel me. It might motivate me. You know what I'm saying? But it's the actual work that brings you the results. You know what I'm saying? That in itself was just one of the biggest things that all us so-called black power revolutionaries like to complain about, systematic oppression. That was a serious blow to systematic oppression. You know what I'm saying? Serious fucking blow.
My thing is, let's toss on the tinfoil koofies again. I say like this: history repeats itself, right? And you, a real '80s baby. You know what I mean? I think that we seen everything that our parents seen. You know what I mean? We seen war. We seen depression, recessions. You know what I'm saying? We seen a lot of terrorist attacks. Only thing we never seen is a presidential assassination. And I feel as though they're going to try to do something to suspend the elections, because I don't think that people you talk about, because I seen people switch. You know what I mean? I seen people switch, and you seen it too. You know what I mean? Like, yo, as soon as homeboy got in office, all that pedophile stuff started coming out, the Pizzagate stuff, because he was taking a lot of that shit down too, behind the scenes, taking down those.
100%.
He was taking down a lot of those rings. And I'm like, yo, now if you look at that element you was talking about, the liberal left, and I'm like, they're the ones that's pushing this whole agenda that we're talking about. You know what I mean? And it's like, he was against that. You know what I mean? And if you want to lean this way, and this guy's going to clean everything up, you don't want him in there, because you're going to, you know what I mean? All the Epstein shit, real quick, all the Epstein stuff and all this Pizzagate, whatever the fuck they want to say, that all came up under Trump. We never heard none of this information under the Democrats. None of this information. We had to go to the Alex Joneses and stuff like that. This came up under his stuff. He was locking people up. But
he was. I don't want to put too much into that, because like we were talking about technology advancing and stuff like that. It's the same thing with the information highway. Like, it becomes more and more and more and more accessible.
Right.
And Trump was the last guy. So it could be a product of that more than it is Donald Trump is just doing that.
That's
but
actually,
you're
I
mean, the people on the people on the right side have always been, on that shit. People are anti-ICE, and you know who ICE goes after more than anybody? Child traffickers. You know what I'm saying? ICE goes after child trafficking more than anybody.
Yeah. And my thing is, I would say like this, call me whatever, I don't see nothing wrong with being conservative, meaning that I don't want my child sharing the same bathroom. You know what I mean? Just basic stuff.
Listen,
just basic stuff.
I was about to get into that. That's how deep this propaganda is, because most of us don't believe that. Most of us don't believe men could be women. Most of us don't believe that men should be in women's bathrooms. Most of us don't believe that we should be out there killing each other and making songs about it. Most of us believe that we shouldn't be promoting some whole culture. But because the right talks about these things, you know what I'm saying, and we're so against so against conservatism, we're forced to accept and defend these things.
They don't like the face of it.
You hear all this talk about Candace Owens, about how much damage she did to the black community. You don't never hear none of those same people criticizing today's rap music. You know what I'm saying? None of them. You don't hear none of them criticizing Sexy Red. You might share a little meme here and there, or like that whole Meg Thee Stallion thing. Like there's these memes going around about how it's degrading the black women. Like, you see little stuff like that, but those things are like flashbangs. They're just here and gone. You know what I'm saying? There's no consistency to it. You know what I'm saying? That's how deep this fucking brainwashing is. We don't believe it. None of the things that we're fighting for. We're still out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got a ridiculous number of abortions in our communities, you know what I'm saying? And they talk about that shit, you know what I'm saying? The whole school choice thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all believe that one of the things we need is better opportunities. But because the left is against school choice, even though we want school choice, we're against it. You know what I'm saying? They just fed this narrative into us so deep. What I truly feel, and I'm going to say the whole spiel on that, you know what I'm saying, for later on, but yeah, I think the Democrat Party is an evil institution. I think the Republican Party is just a party that has had evil people in it, but it's not an evil institution. The Democrat Party is an evil fucking institution, fam. Everything they doing, it holds us back. You know what I'm saying? The school choice thing, the violence, the defund the police thing, you know what I'm saying? They want us unarmed and uneducated. You know what I'm saying? Because the conservatives don't agree with that, by default, we're forced to defend these things. And that's why I say niggas is lazy. They don't want to challenge their own thinking. Everybody's just worried about fighting that racist white neighbor who's a fucking, part of the cult of personality of Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? But that's not how you win the fight. I don't give a fuck about that guy next to me. You know what I'm saying? You just don't. You know what I'm saying? But nobody wants to look at these things. They just want to just listen to rich white people telling us how to think, because that's what the Democrat Party is. You know what I'm saying? These are rich white people talking about white supremacy, you know what I'm saying, trickling it down to us and having us adopt their mind states, talking against people like Candace Owens, who promotes values and virtues to the black community. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how deep that propaganda is, man. Niggas is lazy. Niggas just do not want to look at it. Niggas want people to think for themselves, and it's fucked up. I used to be one of those. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember making all these same points when I'm arguing with people. All these points that don't make any fucking sense. You know what I'm saying?
To harken back to your defund the police. Oh, sorry, you was talking.
No. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
To harken back to your defund the police, that's happening right there in Pittsburgh, where they're saying, "Hey, man, we're only answering calls for certain shit." You know what I mean? Did you see that information?
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the defund the police situation.
Yeah, it comes from that. That's because these people, these rich white people that are thinking for us, they want us to be. They need our fucking our neighborhoods, our poor neighborhoods, to be crime ridden. They need us to be uneducated. Otherwise, they can't control us. You know what I'm saying? Now we got all this crime, so they got a platform to run on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? People ain't learning, so they got a platform to run on. But they got to keep us that way in order to have any strength. But niggas is lazy, man. Niggas don't want to use any common sense and look at these things. They just want to fight the white man. Nigga, you controlled by the white man. The white man is controlling everything you think about. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, man, ain't nothing more racist to me than a white person trying to school me on fucking white supremacy. Because you're telling me that you're supreme to me, but you don't act that way. Get the fuck out of here. Prove you're supreme to me. Prove to me that you can hold me the fuck back. You know what I'm saying? Prove it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. I'd say like this. I want to. Sometimes I want to be objective, but when I see what I see, it's like, oh my goodness.
As far as what?
As far as what I see, as far as how the liberal agenda, quote unquote liberal agenda, is just taking over, and it's like, man, this is getting filthy out here. You know what I mean?
They've been taking over. It's just that they're able. You know what I'm saying? As technology and information advances, they're able to do more, but it's always been like that.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine from the community, you know what I mean, and you know what community I'm talking about, and I said, hey, the peace coming next, you know what I mean, the peace coming next, LGT, you know what I mean, the peace coming next, and what you got now?
That's another group of people that's using black people. You notice all these fights, like the LGBTQ plus community, you know what I'm saying, feminism, all these different movements, all what they call it now is they call it fighting the white patriarchy. They call it fighting white supremacy. So that way, black people have no choice but to be on that side of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even give us a choice. Like, we're just forced into this thing. You know what I'm saying? Just forced into it. People are starting to wake up, though. People are starting to see that shit.
Yeah, and they introduced this thing called, they didn't call it peace, because you can't say that anymore. They call them maps now.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, maps. Okay. And I said, well, that's the P. You know what I mean? That's the P. Even though, but... And it's like, well, you look at certain cases now, they're treating these people with kid gloves. Because now it's like, that judge is that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that prosecutor is that. Or, you know what I mean? And they've been in these rooms.
And coincidentally, all our little girls are dancing to Sexy Red and Ice Spice and reciting those lyrics. Coincidentally. You know what I'm saying?
Troubles. And
coincidentally, you know what I'm saying? And I only know this because I'm not into porn like that, but Candace Owens has said something about that, about how, like, a lot of the porn today is based on incest and shit like that. And incest always leads to pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? I went up on these, you know what I'm saying? I went to a few porn sites, and they're all like, stepmother, stepson, all this, this crazy fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's wow. I remember you asked me before about, do I believe in the spiritual war? And we didn't really get into it. You know what I'm saying? I said, yeah, I believe in the spiritual war, but it's going to be fought on the physical plane. This is what we're looking at right. That's what we're looking at right now. And people, there's another thing about niggas being lazy, man. We also have egos. We always think we're the smartest man in the room. The deceiver, you know what I'm saying? The man behind these fucking machines, he's smarter than us. They've been at this shit for hundreds of years. Why would it be obvious? You know what I'm saying? Why would it be obvious that, you know what I'm saying, they're trying to go at us? You know what I'm saying? That they're doing these things to us. It's so much easier to call a book ban racist. You know what I'm saying? It's so much easier to call the obvious things white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy. The deceiver is always going to be smarter than us. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say he's always going to be smarter than us, but he's always been smarter than us. You know what I'm saying? This is the hoodwink. This is the bamboozle that Malcolm X talked about, the run amok. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. Who am I gonna side with? Am I gonna side with God, or am I gonna side with with men could be women and God makes mistakes? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna side with life, or I'm gonna side with motherfuckers running around having abortions all willy-nilly, you know what I'm saying, not being forced to attend to their responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? You go out there and be irresponsible and knock somebody up, try to fucking take care of it. You know what I'm saying? But we want to make excuses and have no accountability for anything. But people don't want to look at these things. They don't want to ask these questions. They don't want to, you know what I'm saying? They just don't. Niggas is lazy. We just let white liberals think for us, and then we run around and call ourselves some type of revolutionary because we're fighting our racist white neighbor who for real probably has the right idea. Yeah, we should make America great. We're fucking Americans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't no other fucking place I'd rather be.
Absolutely.
None of us. There's no place that any of us would rather be. We can talk all the shit we want, but we don't want to be nowhere else. Maybe Norway. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn sure we don't want to be in Africa.
Switzerland. Yeah,
Switzerland. Those are like they have these halfway democratic socialist governments. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different over there. But I don't even know if we even want to be in those places. Those places don't.
I just know that
like
only thing I know
opportunities like us.
Yeah,
you know
I just know that they're mutual and shit. That's the only thing I know about them, really. You know what I mean? That's all. That's pretty much it. And
people just talk a lot of shit. They just they like to romanticize everything. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The Black Panthers look cool with their berets and the black sunglasses and leather jackets, but this ain't the '60s. That ain't how we fight the fight no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just not.
Like I would say that
somebody told me the other day that I couldn't be a revolutionary and be conservative at the same time. Who the fuck are you, first of all, to try to define what being a revolutionary is? Like, what what informational source did you even say that? Second of all, it doesn't even make any sense. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
but I'm sorry, I cut you off when I said
no.
It's
like I do say that they definitely have us in the trick bag as a collective. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about specifically black people. I'm talking about as a collective. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And hold on. I'm getting
You're right. Listen, this whole black shit and shit, that's just another surface level distraction. Like, race don't mean a motherfucking thing anymore.
Right.
It never really did, but you know what I'm saying? It doesn't. You know, we're forced to fight that fight because so many people are on that fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they make up the fight because it wouldn't if
it's a money maker. It's big business.
Like I heard somebody said an analogy and was like, yo, once the black people are revolutionaries, I can say Malcolm and Dr. King. Yeah.
Somebody got mad. A lot of people got mad at me because I called Martin a Judas the other day. But go ahead.
Okay. Any event, you know what I mean? Because there is some evidence with that. So you know what I mean?
There is. Niggas is lazy. Niggas don't want to question those things.
There's solid evidence of that. You know what I mean? But once they start saying, hey, oh, never mind. When Malcolm went over there, and said, oh, no, never mind. Hey, man, I was next to white Muslims. I was next to all these white people and this and that. Once they took that stance, they got rid of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They got rid of Malcolm for a lot of things.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, yeah, they got him out of here for a lot of things.
Because people had shared interests. The government didn't want Malcolm really talking this unity shit. The Nation of Islam didn't want Malcolm after representing the nation for so long, you know what I'm saying, representing something different and bringing the people from the nation over to his side of things. There was a lot of reasons to get Malcolm killed.
It was a spider web of things to get him killed. Like, he had it coming from every angle. He definitely wasn't going to survive. But yes, you definitely. Now I could debate that with anybody. You definitely have a point. Like, no, you're right. It's not even a point. You're right about him being.
Let me bring up something funny about Malcolm.
No, as far as homie being a Judas goat, you're right about
the Judas
that.
Goat?
Yeah, you're right. It ain't even.
That too.
It ain't even a point. You're right. You know what I mean?
I mean, listen. Martin Luther King fought. You know what I'm saying? All right, Martin Luther King, Mr. Nonviolent. He was only nonviolent with white people. You know what I'm saying? There was this dude. I can't remember his name. He was part of some movement. He approached LBJ because they realized that the welfare state was producing a lot of children, but it was producing more single parent households. So they went to LBJ about it. LBJ was like, "Yo, you get Martin Luther King on board, and we'll back it." Right. So they went to this retreat. You know what I'm saying? They got invited invited to this retreat, you know what I'm saying, with Martin Luther King, and they brought this shit up, and they said it was a wonder how dude even got out there alive. Martin Luther King was the one that started the fight during this retreat, that ended up as some black preacher getting killed, you know what I'm saying, because he was like, you're trying to derail the movement, and then after that, Martin Luther King was the one who went to LBJ like, look, we're not on board unless you insert this man of the house thing into the Welfare Act, which removed the man from the household. You know what I'm saying? And that's another fucking crazy thing the Democrats did. They were literally going around door to door telling women that, you know what I'm saying, if you don't have a man in the household, we'll give you money. You know what I'm saying? I know this for a fact because that happened with my grandmother in New York. She was married. You know what I'm saying? They came that to her. So what happened? My grandfather moved to Puerto Rico. They remained married, and she just lived in the projects all her life, getting money from the government. So they came to her crib.
Yeah, I know that history right there. So MLK.
People don't care.
Yeah,
people don't give a fuck. They just look at their racist white neighbor. You know what I'm saying? You gotta use some common sense, fam. If I'm some fucking racist, right? Who am I gonna side with? Am I gonna side with the supposedly all-inclusive, anything goes Democrat Party, or am I gonna side with the America First Party? It only makes sense. But if I go to Stop and Go and I buy a Pepsi, and some Nazi comes in after me and buys a Pepsi, it don't make me a Nazi. It just means that we both like Pepsi. You know what I'm saying? That's common fucking sense, but people don't get it, man, because they romanticize this fucking, you know what I'm saying? They just romanticize something else, man. There's something cool about being this, you know what I'm saying, being this sunglasses, fight the white man, revolutionary type dude, trying to fight things through idealism instead of actual actions. You know what I'm saying? And there's also another element to that. There's comfort in feeling like you're a victim. You know what I'm saying? Because when you feel like a victim, you know that there's gonna be people out there that pity you, and there's comfort in that. But I don't want no fucking pity. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no fucking victim. You know what I'm saying? I victimized myself. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up selling crack, you know what I'm saying? Thinking that, you know, well, I'm from the hood. If I get out of here, I'm lucky. You know what I'm saying? I was victimizing myself. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, we can do anything in this country. You come to some racist employer who don't want to give you a job, you go to a different employer. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could do anything here. So, people don't like that.
Do you think there's money being made? Well, you already said it, the victimization of it. You know what I mean?
Man, racism is a big business. You know what I'm saying? Big business. Every fucking company has this officer in charge of diversity and inclusion and equity. You know what I'm saying? They all got these race-related titles. You know, colleges are graduating people with degrees. That's so funny because this is one of the things I got into an argument with, and I still call him my friend because I'm not no Democrat who divides black people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even though we be at it with each other. I love him like my brother. You know what I'm saying? But that's what he's trying to tell me for. How you gonna tell me I got a degree in race? Nigga, I don't want to go to school to be black, nigga. I know the fuck I am.
That's crazy. That
you know what I'm
degree
saying?
in race.
This nigga I'll call out by name. You got niggas like Reese Bell who grew up, you know what I'm saying, around white people. You know what I'm saying? Just insulated. You want to talk to me like this nigga had the nerve to call me a bootlicker. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel the way I feel. Like, nigga, I've seen you afraid of black people. Get the fuck out of here.
What was the context of why he called you that?
Because I started talking about the reality of things, about what the left has been doing to us, about the actual numbers during the Trump presidency. Look, I don't give a fuck about Trump. Trump is a bad president only because he's not universally liked. And in order to lead the country, you have to be universally liked. You know what I'm saying? But under policies, you know what I'm saying, he signed the First Step Act. We had the lowest rate of black unemployment. We had the most number of black entrepreneurs under Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this could have been trickled down from other things, but the fact remains that it was during his presidency that all this happened. You know what was the big problem we had with fucking when Trump was president? We had our cities burning down. That wasn't the Republicans burning down cities. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the Republicans going to war over Jacob Blake who got himself shot. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of hypocrisy and a bunch of bullshit and a bunch of fucking lazy ass thinking. Lazy thinking. You know what I'm saying? I remember somebody said, how come I shouldn't? I forgot what the question was about the Republicans and Democrats. She was like Kenyatta had. She was like, because one party is historically known for its racism. I was like, which one? The party that started the Ku Klux Klan? So she unfriended me. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas is wild, man. Niggas is going to school, letting the white man teach them how to be black, and going around here turning their noses up at people who don't follow the hive mind. It's just a bunch of hypocritical bullshit. These niggas just don't understand how they're letting fucking white people think for them. Letting, you know what I'm saying, choosing our leaders for us. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I got distracted from before. Wouldn't you agree? Most cautious people would agree how important Malcolm X was. You know what I'm saying? But you don't never hear these woke motherfuckers talking about Malcolm X, because he was against the fucking liberals. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely
so
was.
Because of that, you know, Malcolm X's black power and people power shit don't mean shit. But Martin is put on a skeptic on a fucking pedestal, and Martin's answer was the problem. Martin's answer for the problem was to beg people that hate us to let us sit down and eat oatmeal next to him. You know what I'm saying? Like that was Martin. He had us out here fucking eating up my fucking dogs, getting hoses turned on us, just to be around people who didn't like us. Before the civil rights movement, hardly any black people in jail. You know what I'm saying? We had an 85% graduation rate. There was a period of time where Tuskegee University had produced more black doctors than Harvard and Yale combined. You know what I'm saying? Then here comes the civil rights movement. Here comes Martin. Here comes the begging. We just started, you know what they used to call black people in Harlem? White people, you know what they used to call black people in Harlem? They used to call them the beautiful people. White people used to go to Harlem to watch them get all dressed up and go to church and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Because we gave a fuck about our communities before all this shit. Before white people started telling us what was good for us, we were taking care of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? People like to talk all this shit about Black Wall Street being blown up, because it was blown up and it was fueled by racism. But they like to leave out this part. Black Wall Street was rebuilt by the black dollar, and that's when they started calling it Black Wall Street. And we had those type of communities all over the place. And then white people said, we know what's good for you. After that, all our shit started going downhill. You know what I'm saying? We had the Separate but Equal Act, right? Which said schools could be segregated, you know, as long as they were receiving the same funding. So at this time, you know, during the Separate but Equal Act, you know, we were graduating. We were actually on a higher trajectory of graduation than white people were. There was actually more white people being born in single parent households and shit like that during all this time. But Brown, you know, they took the Board of Education to court. They said, you know, black schools ain't getting the same amount of money. So they started getting the same amount of money, and black schools started being built at this ridiculous clip. Most of those buildings in the South and shit, they still stand there. Government buildings, police stations, all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? So when that happened, we started graduating at an even higher rate. You know what I'm saying? Like we were producing scholars at a high clip. You know what I'm saying? Brown thought, they said that that's not good enough. We needed our schools to be integrated. So they took the Board of Education to court again and said, no, that's not good enough. We need to integrate. We need to go learn next to the people that hate us. You know what I'm saying? We need to go learn next to the people that are going to beat us up for going there. You know what I'm saying? Once that started happening, almost over fucking night, our schools just started creating gang members. You know what I'm saying? People were being, you know, were remaining illiterate at a much higher clip. You know what I'm saying? People don't like to look at these things, man. Niggas is lazy. They just don't want to think. They don't want to ask the questions. They don't want to observe and be objective about the things that we seen, because we got this thing in our head where you just want to fight the white man. You just want to fight I'm trying to fight evil. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to fight evil, fam. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that. My thing is, you know what I'm saying, in short, I mean, if you can sum it up, I know I'm asking for a lot right now, but what do you think it could take, not for people to be like conservative or, you know, think like you, but what do you think that needs to happen for people to, quote, I don't even want to say it, wake up?
Wake up?
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah.
I can't be specific about what that one thing is, right? But I can say this: when that thing happens, it's gonna be too fucking late. We're either gonna be unarmed, we're gonna be or under a new world order. It's gonna be something, but whatever it is, it's gonna be too fucking late, because we keep going this direction. We've been voting Democrat for 60 years and still crying about the same fucking shit for 60 fucking years, fam. You know what I'm saying? 60 years. Like, it's crazy.
Here's one. I'll ask you this.
Hey, real quick before you ask me that, and when I talk about that thing and about how you've been voting that way for 60 years, coincidentally, when LBJ signed the Civil Rights Act, he is famously quoted as saying, "Now I'm gonna have niggas voting Democrat for the next 200 years." Like, he said that shit.
That's a quote.
So go ahead and ask me what you was gonna ask me.
I would say like this, because we're freestyling. You know what I mean?
If the wrong people get a hold of this conversation, you're gonna get me killed.
No.
Already, no. The things I've already said is enough.
Sir, I'm putting this out there, and you're gonna get my YouTube canceled. But I would say
this is for YouTube. I wouldn't even have cursed if I did this.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. My thing is, I'll probably put it on Spotify because they're less lenient.
More lenient.
Yeah. What would you say? Listen, okay, can you give me, like, and not me, just say for the listeners, like, is there like a documentary, a book or something that could, you know what I'm saying, to kind of get them on a path of where they need to go? You know what I mean? Like, with, okay,
I can't name a specific documentary, right? But I can say this, and
or name an individual, like, hey,
watch. That's what I'm about to do. But I'm gonna give it to you with a disclaimer, right? Because this is how dumb fucking people are. I'm gonna say this, and they're gonna say, "Oh, we just started thinking about that because he started listening to this guy." So, but I was on this shit for a long time. I recently been put on to and get educated by a guy named Thomas Sowell, who's amongst the intelligentsia. A lot of people believe him to be the most intellectual mind of our times. You know what I'm saying? But I would suggest to people to listen to the writings of Thomas, to read Thomas Sowell, or even listen to, there's a podcast out there called The Genius of Thomas Sowell, where different people and different authors and poets and everything else discuss, the things that he said in his books. You know what I'm saying? This will force you to look at things objectively, because it just makes that much sense. I don't agree with everything he says. You're not supposed to. We're not supposed to be zealots. We're supposed to be free and independent thinkers. You know what I'm saying? But he's a good fucking source. You know what I'm saying? A good source. People should people should just listen to other things. Like, the best way to educate yourself is to listen to the people that you disagree with. Then research what you disagree with about and see if you are right or wrong. Challenge how you think. You know what I'm saying? Go watch the Candace Owens interview on The Breakfast Club. You know what I'm saying? She clears it all up. You know what I'm saying? That's what people need to do. People need to stop listening simply to the people that agree with them. You know what I'm saying? You surround yourself with yes men, you're just going to fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's telling you what you want to hear, How you know somebody's being sincere if they're always saying what you want to hear? You got to listen to the shit that you don't want to fucking hear. Then find out if that shit is true or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only way to educate yourself.
And I agree with you with that one statement. Like, listen to something that you disagree with it and show some discernment. You understand what I'm saying? Don't just know, you know what I mean, and quit fucking with what it is. I think that, and what you were saying, that we're all pretty much conservative, but they don't like the face of conservatism. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like, get out the face of something. Look at the values of something. Like, quit looking at the rapper. Get to the good, you know what I mean? Quit looking at the rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The packaging. When I mean by the rapper, I'm not talking about a musician. Quit looking at the.
I know exactly.
Yeah, I'm talking to the audience. I know you get. You know what I mean. Look at look at what's inside of that, and you're gonna agree. You're not gonna want some of the things that these people are pressing.
Because you know what I'm saying, because you know what I'm saying, it starts to take people out of this victimhood mind state. People don't want that shit. Like I said, there's comfort in being pitied and being a victim. You ever see these people that just walk around looking all sad all the time, just so somebody could be like, just for the sole purpose of somebody asking them, "Hey, what's wrong, man?" You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
Yeah, they definitely got us. I mean, hey man, I got the content, so you got any last words? You know what I mean? And anything, I mean, we can talk. Actually, let me turn the mics off. Let me turn the mic off so we can speak freely real quick. Hold on.
I mean, listen, you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, no, I just, since we got to wrap anyway, I just want to, talk to you and this don't need to be on mic.
Yeah, baby. When last year I spent more money on spilled liquor in bars from one side of this world to the other than you made.